Hey, my name is Vince Indris. I'm the pastor at First Christian Church, Lake Charles, and we're going to take 2 minutes and talk about the parable of the needy person. And a lot of times we call this parable the parable of the Good Samaritan, but I think doing so really gets you to miss the point of it, or the main idea. And so let me retell it to you. This man is walking up to Jerusalem and he gets injured. Some thugs jump out at him and beat him up and leave him for dead at the side of the road. So then we have somebody passing by, a religious leader, we're told, and he sees the man and he kind of scurries on over to the other side of the road. And then the same thing happens again, and the third time a man comes up and he's a Samaritan. Now, to understand this, you really need to know who the Samaritans are. And I think it suffices to say they're the people that the Jews hated. Okay, this is really a story about racism. These two people hated each other, and it had something to do with some religious conflict that was hundreds of years ago, but it lived on until that day. These people just did not like each other. Well, what did that hated Samaritan do? He goes over there and helps. And so if you read the story, a lot of people think it's about Jesus telling you, go out there and help others, which is a good thing, by the way. I'm not telling you not to do that. That's certainly something that Jesus wants you to do, but the story isn't about that. Because you see, when the story comes up, a man asks Jesus, who is my neighbor? And Jesus says, well, your neighbor is, and he tells a story, and your neighbor is the Samaritan. So who are you? And the answer is, you're the needy person. So I think Jesus has two things he's trying to tell through this story. Number one, you need help. We all do. We all have something in our lives that we need help with. And sometimes we're too prideful to admit that. And number two, Jesus is saying, sometimes that help comes from places where you wouldn't expect it to come from. Sometimes we let our biases get in the way, or our preconceived notions, or our racism get in the way of accepting that help from others. So I think what the story is saying is, number one, get over your pride. Ask for help. And number two, get over your biases. Realize that people may not be exactly what you think they are. People may be people of love and people of service. Hey, that's my message in 2 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it and were able to get something out of it. And I'm actually, I guess in the spirit of the Good Samaritan, I'm going to ask you for your help. If you did enjoy the message, or you did get something out of it, or you think other people can, I'm going to ask you to share it with others by clicking the share button. If you have any comments or any questions for me, leave them in the comments section. I hope to see you on Sunday morning at 10:30.